What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelican Scoop. I am your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and ladies and gentlemen, no intro. You know, a couple people said they don't want to see the intro. A couple people want the intro, so you know we gonna see what it does. But so far, no intro. We gonna just jump straight into it because today, obviously, as you can see from the title, the thumbnail, you're not stupid. You know why you're here. We are talking about power forward number one and how, hey man, have we seen the last of Zion Williamson? You know, at this rate, what more can we need to see? Or what more can we need to see? What more do you need to see? Golly, brother, you know it's Monday morning, bro. I'm still trying to see and hear my voice, man. It's the weather and all that, bro. I'm trying to push through. But besides the point, the Pelicans find themselves in a very familiar situation that they know all too well, being in a situation where you need number one and he's not there for the team. You know, various different injuries and different other reasons, you know, missing the team flights and missing practice, so you got to get suspended. But regardless of the fact, you're in familiar water knowing that you're without number one and you got to figure out what is next because it's year 7 of this. 0 playoff appearances for Zion. What more do you need to see? What is the next move? Well, we do know this. Before I even start talking about trades, and as you can see from the video, the thumbnail, as you can see, forget all that. I made a video over the summer where I broke down his contract, and I was looking at, you know, something I was very particular was that Zion has to meet a certain games play requirement for his contract to be guaranteed this year. Or that, you know, the Pelicans can easily move off him over the offseason or whatnot. So is there a world or a scenario where the Pelicans find themselves, we're sitting here in May, possibly, or June, and the Pelicans find themselves cutting Zion Williamson? Now, I don't want to be looking back at this and being like, damn, this brother was foreshadowing this, or, you know, I'm speaking about it way before I'm on some Nostradamus or something like that. But are we going down a timeline where we're looking at where Zion Williamson's value or trade value around the league is so low that the Pelicans would rather or would be put into a situation where they have to cut the former 2019 number 1 overall pick that was probably one of the most hyped prospects, I'm going to say since LeBron James, but Zion Williamson was up there. Don't let, you know, what's going on now and be devil's advocate to it, but put yourself in between 2017 and 2019. Zion Williamson was everything. Zion Williamson was one of the biggest draws that was out there. What the number one? Well, I think it was the number 3 prospect actually, because I think it was R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish was above him if I'm not mistaken. But still, number 1 highlights. Okay, this dude goes to Duke, one of the number 1 fan base in college basketball. However you want to look at it, Duke is definitely up there. Goes to Duke. I remember when they was in the tournament, or Duke was going to the tournament, was they had a specific camera just for Zion. It was called like the Zion camera, if you remember that. But there was at one point in time where they had a specific camera, a one-on-one camera, just to capture him. Forget everybody else on the court, a court that has the number 1 player in the nation, R.J. Barrett on it, matter of fact. Forget all that. We have a specific camera for this guy, and honestly, I'm not going to act like when the Pelicans did get the number 1 pick, and it wasn't like we just hit the lottery. Like, oh my goodness, we finally get our player. We finally get our guy. We finally get him. You know, you thought that was it. You thought, and I can't believe that from that point till now, if you would have told me right before COVID, it's all before COVID, matter of fact, that the Pelicans will be in a situation in 2026 where they are cutting him. Unbelievable. Failed is an understatement, but hopefully he could come back before. They said he's going to come back sometime in January. We'll see. Hopefully he can play at least like 10 games or something, bro. Can we get 10 games out of you so he can show other NBA teams that he can play, you know, try and get somebody to bite the cheese? Because one thing about it, former number 1 pick, Zion, somebody's going to bite the cheese. And that's where I feel like the Pelicans are going to be put in a situation where not even just but people that have not been tuned in. You know how this goes. And I said this in my last video where I was like, I don't want it to be where they're saying the Pelicans or New Orleans failed Zion. No, my friend. No way, Jose. I don't want. I will refuse for that to happen. And I'm a little. I kind of can see a little bit into the future that if they are put in a situation where they do have to cut him, it's going to get spun that, oh, the Pelicans had to cut him. Oh, and when he, because we all know how to write on the wall. The second Zion Williamson gets cut, or the second they let go of him, he's the next team he goes to. He's going to become everything he's supposed to be. We already know how this goes. We know how this goes. And then they're going to be like, well, look at the Pelicans. Another person that when they got out, look, they just blossomed. And I hate that so much. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. And I can see a world where that happens, where that comes to fruition that, oh, Zion Williamson leaves the Pelicans and, oh, now he's the 2019 #1 pick. From the most hype since from Spartanburg, South Carolina, is out like, oh my God, that's gonna, oh, look at the Pelicans again. They just can't do it. Like, bro, if that happens, oh my goodness. So at this rate, you gotta let him go. But let him go in a sense where I'm meaning it's time to cut this chapter up. It's a book, chapter, whatever. Burn it. It's over with. It's run its course if you ask me. I think we've seen enough. And I think it'll do best for the both parties that there is a separation in this marriage. That's just me. I'm not a wedding counselor. I'm not a marriage counselor, whatever you want to call it. I'm not that. But also, I can tell when things have run its course. This has run its course to the fullest extent. I'm good at doing that. I might not be good at trying to figure out the whole relationship aspect about it, but I can tell from this relationship, not even from the outside looking in, because I'm pretty in there. I'm pretty inside. Pause of need. I'm in there. Oh, I'm deep in there. All right, I'm deep in there. This ain't it. This ain't working, Jack. We're still in the same situation we've been in for the last 4 to 5 years. Wondering, damn, can we get our best player to play? You have a part. The problem with the Pelicans, yes, you got to get new coaching. You got to get all that in. Again, you probably should have started fresh when you brought in Joe Dumars, but whatever. And the milk is already spoiled. It's already been spilt. It's already wiped it up with a damn towel. It's already over with. But at the same time, you need new coaching, but you got so much money on the bench. You have so much money on the bench. So much money on the bench. So until you get that money off the bench, or you're able to disperse that money and bring in new guys and extract this loserism, just this loser. It's just been spread infection. It's been spread throughout the whole team because Silly Willie been here way too damn long. He done spoiled these brothers. They need to I feel like everybody need to go, honestly. Outside the rookies, because they haven't been tainted yet. They haven't been tainted. The other guys, they just got it in them where they just, oh well, we're already down, man. It's another third quarter collapse. Boop, boop, boop. Like, get them guys out of here. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of seeing y'all brothers. Get out of my face. I'm tired of seeing y'all. So, I mean, gotta get that money off the bench, and then you can start going from there. But this marriage is over with. Now, if y'all do want me to, you do need some marriage counseling, I can help you out. And I can tell you that this needs a separation, this needs a divorce, and which way would the Pelicans go? Are we going down a crash course where the Pelicans are in a situation where they have to cut Zion Williamson? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know down in the comments. You made this far in the video, man. Drop a like for your boy. Y'all let me know, bro, because this is ugly, and I think we're tired. I think I speak for everybody. Yeah, you're right there. I think I speak for you, too. Like, we're tired of this. Let's look for something new, man. Let's try and bring some pieces in that can actually help. Hopefully not another Brandon Ingram trade where you get Bruce Brown, some cinnamon twists. Who else we got? Olenek, and then you flip the... No guy's not even on the team anymore. So, yeah. As long as you ain't no Ingram trade, you got to find a way to recruit something. Man, just get Zion to throw a 360 dunk, and then the second he does it, get rid of him, trade him. That's when his stock is going to be at its highest. You got to do a 360 dunk. We got to find a way to get him on a fast break, make him do a 360 dunk. He do it, take him out the rest of the game, sit him, move him immediately after that. Make sure the post go viral. Boop, 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 boop. Once it goes viral, boom, spin him out of here, bro. That's when his stock is always at its highest. Is after a 360 dunk. Got to get him to do a 360 windmill, whatever. Got to get him to do that. Once he do that, ship him out of here. I'm telling you, that's the way, Joe. I know you watch my videos, G.I. Do that. We're going to shake us back, I promise you. But if y'all don't think so, get down in the comments. What do you think? Think it's time? I know you know it's time. Just let me know what you think, man. I've been your host of the Most Jordan Kitchens, man. Pelicans play tonight against the Spurs. No Wemby, no Castle, but it's the Pelicans, unfortunately. I think they'll cover. Let me not say that, because they're not going to cover. If you ask me right now, I think they'll cover. But I'm out, man. I'm out. Peace.